And well. Welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Watts UK99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. If you're brand new, real quick, welcome aboard. I appreciate everybody's support. If you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate you as well. Let's get into this game. The New York Jets hosting the Buffalo Bills, five-time defending AFC East Division champions. And for many people, including me, their pick to win this year's Super Bowl. Going to be a huge challenge for the Jets, but let's break down these matchups. We're going to take a look, sort of a scouting report at the Bills, and also what the Jets can do to win this game. So let's start when the New York Jets offense is on the field going against the Buffalo Bills defense. Well, that Bills defense last Sunday, it was ugly against the Ravens. They gave up 6 of 11 on third down, 432 total yards on 50 plays. They gave up 3 touchdowns of 25 yards or more. And everyone knows over 230 yards allowed on the ground. That's the number everybody's been looking at. I think it's 238, 239 yards, depending where you look. But the bottom line is the Bills defense got gashed on the ground. Now, you could tell me it was Derrick Henry, who is a future Hall of Famer. That would absolutely be true. You could tell me it's Lamar Jackson, who is a absolute dual threat with his arm and with his feet, and that would be true as well. But maybe the Jets can do what the Ravens did. Maybe, but it's going to be a challenge. There is talent on this Bills defense that cannot be overlooked. Greg Rousseau, a team-high 8 sacks in 2024, also 16 tackles for a loss. A.J. Espinosa had 6 sacks last year. He's pretty much a bench player. Joey Bosa was added from the Chargers during the offseason. He's a very dangerous pass rusher when he's healthy, and there's the rub. He's played only 29 games, counting last week, in the last 3 seasons. But the big thing to talk about, news that just came out Friday, Ed Oliver, their top interior run defender, that big presence in the middle, played very well against Baltimore, is out for several weeks now with a foot injury sustained on Wednesday during Bills practice. So think about this. A struggling run defense is now missing their best run defender. You throw in their rookie Dwayne Carter on injured reserve. That leaves them with the likes of Daquan Jones and TJ Sanders, rookie Deone Walker, paging Braylon Allen, run up the middle, make them stop the run. Now at linebacker, the first player that you have to think of is Matt Milano. Now, they got some good ones there in Terrell Bernard and Dorian Williams, who had 117 tackles last year. That was a team high. But Milano, he's the impact player. Just ask the ribs of Mike White. When Milano basically speared him, like Milano was Roman Reigns or somebody like that, or he was Braun Breaker. And Mike White was never really the same again. But Milano has had trouble staying healthy the last 2 years. So let's see what kind of an impact he has in this game. Now, the secondary is something you can look at. Christian Benford starting at cornerback. Likely he's going to be on Garrett Wilson. Teron Johnson can defend in the slot well, but he's a little bit banged up. Dorian Strong, when I had Owen from Bills Mafia Carolina Takeover on, he really touted Dorian Strong, their 6th-round rookie, basically starting at the opposite side right now. As of right now, although that could change. Trey White expected to be back soon. He was dealing with a groin issue. But if Dorian Strong is on the field, the Jets may want to test him. Now, it's a little bit unsure what we're going to be seeing here. Josh Reynolds has been ruled out with a hamstring injury. Most likely have Alan Lazard and Tyler Johnson. That's probably what you're looking at alongside Garrett Wilson. Maybe Arian Smith, I hope he gets more than the 6 snaps he had last week. But safety is very questionable too. Taylor Rapp and Cole Bishop really struggled last week, especially in run defense. DeMar Hamlin still hanging around. The Jets are going to have to target the safeties of the Bills to really move the ball downfield. And I really believe the Bills will try to dare Fields to beat them and beat them deep. Because remember, good as Fields was, he really wasn't throwing the ball deep all that much. Got to keep that in mind. There was the long touchdown to Garrett, but most of it was short to intermediate passes. So that's why the Jets have to stay in this game in every game. We can't count on them to throw their way down the field, gently down the stream and into the end zone. Okay, so maintaining that run game, those short intermediate passes, getting some yards over the middle of the field, that's going to be very important to moving this ball against a Buffalo defense, which is getting pretty disrespected this week. I'm a little worried that Bills defense is going to come out with something to prove. So Jets need to jump on that early. All right, let's do what we always do. Let's flip the script when the Jets defense is on the field facing a very potent Bills offense. You know what they got to do? You got to stop number 17. Enough said, Josh Allen, last year's MVP. Excellent dual threat, throws the ball very well, runs very effectively, very hard to bring down, but the Jets have had their moments against him. No question about it. Whether it's Michael Carter intercepting him, whether it's Jermaine Johnson chasing him down from behind, but that didn't happen last year. Jets did not do too well against Mr. Allen. Then you have James Cook. He can run okay. You know, he just got a new contract, but supposedly dealing with a knee issue. He is going to play in this game, but it does bear watching. Maybe they give a few runs to Ray Davis, maybe a few to our old buddy Ty Johnson, who just won't go away. Wide receivers, very interesting. Keon Coleman really seems to be emerging at wide receiver in his second year. Last week, 8 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown against Baltimore. You figure Sauce Gardner will be on him. Now, Sauce has had a groin issue this week. It will bear watching, but he will be playing. Josh Palmer was a sneaky good addition from Tampa Bay. You have to figure the Bills will be targeting Brandon Stevens the way that Aaron Rodgers and Pittsburgh did. I think Palmer will be the one that he tries to cover. And after the way he played last week, the ire that he has already drawn from Jets fans, Brandon Stevens could definitely use a rebound game. Elijah Moore, he's still kicking around too. All these Jets go to Buffalo. It's pretty amazing. But Khalil Shakir will be playing in the slot. So Michael Carter, he's got a lot to prove. He's got to be better this week in coverage and tackling. He's questionable for this game. If Carter can't go, they expect Isaiah Oliver to step in. I like having Isaiah Oliver on this team because he can play anywhere in the secondary that you need him to. Then at tight end, you've got Dalton Schultz and you have Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. Excuse me. Dalton Schultz. What am I talking about? And a good line up front. They wanted to get bigger and meaner. It's led by Deion Dawkins at left tackle, who never seems to stop talking trash about the Jets, specifically Michael Clemens. Let's see if Clemens can make one impact play. Would be nice. Actually, here's what I really want to see. Quinnen Williams against the Bills' interior offensive line, against Connor McGovern, David Edwards, Osiris Torrance. So Quinnen is back to playing the 3 technique where he's at his best. He's got to create a little bit of havoc. Okay, I need to see that. And the defense, they got to clean up their secondary coverage. Last week, way too many Steelers were running open downfield. That can't happen again, or Josh Allen will pick it apart just like Rodgers did. I need Quincy Williams to have a big game. He has the size and speed to stay with Josh Allen. Now, he's got to control his aggressiveness. Can't be having those late hits out of bounds like we had. The point is, Quincy and Jamian were just not good in coverage last week, but I think Quincy is the bigger impact player, the flashier player. He can turn this game upside down. So I expect a very aggressive Bills offense. I expect throws in the middle of the field to Shakir, to Kincaid, to Knox, and they're going to try to make the Jets linebackers and safeties cover and tackle. So let's see what winds up happening. A couple other game notes on special teams. Buffalo changed their punter. Cameron Johnston has replaced Brad Robbins. He has 96 career games with 3 different teams. Matt Prater is in at kicker while Tyler Bass is on injured reserve. Prater is 41 years old, but he still has a big leg. The ex-Jet Brandon Codrington is returning punts and kicks for the Bills. What do the Jets do at returner? Kene Nwangwu won't be playing. They could elevate Jamal Pritchett if they want to do that. They could use Arian Smith. They could use Isaiah Davis. They signed Isaiah Williams, who was with Detroit last year and Cincinnati this year. But here's the thing. If you're going to beat a team like this, if the Jets are going to beat one of the best teams in the NFL, they got to make some impact plays in weird spots. Some weird things have to happen. And special teams is a prime place for something like that to happen. So let's see what winds up happening. I think also the Jets have to go at least +2 in turnovers, and that's not going to be easy. Last year, Buffalo was +24 in turnover margin. +24. Jets are -2 by comparison. So to me, you have to create some short fields for that offense. You really, really do. Like +1's not enough. It's got to be at least +2 for this to go well. I don't want to say the Jets have to play a perfect game, but they're going to have to play very, very clean. They have to play cleaner than they did against Pittsburgh. And for the most part, early on, they were playing pretty clean football. Then the penalties started to rear their ugly heads. Then we had the fumble. Then we had poor angles of tackling, different things like that. So do the Jets have a chance in this game? Absolutely. They have a chance in this game. But if they play 10 times, the Bills would probably win 8 of them. Let's see what happens this Sunday at MetLife Stadium. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.